If we go on and we lose against Man United and we lose against Arsenal, that'll be the biggest kick up the arse this team needs.
Hi Nick, 1-1 draw. How do you sum that one up in terms of performance?
Yeah, I think if we look at it now, straight after the game, it was a good performance. From a performance point of view, I thought we dominated periods. We expected them to be able to dominate periods of the game, and we wanted to try and deny the amount of time that they had to put passes together. And if I look at the possession stats and that type of stuff, like we've edged the possession, we've created chances, although not very many clear chances. So I think we've probably proved to ourselves tonight that we didn't play well enough last year, but we also know we can play a lot better. So pleased with the performance, but we always knew it was going to go down to a second game. It's a 50-50 game.
When you saw Gemma Bonner booked in the first 5 minutes, never ideal for a centre-back, did you fear the worst?
No, because she's intelligent, she's experienced, she knows in that moment she made an error of judgment and it puts her under pressure, but then, the experience and the intelligence has to show, and I didn't think she put her foot wrong. It is in looking like she would get sent off, for the rest of the game. Did
you feel that you played better against Atletico this year than you did last year?
Yeah, of course, but we knew we would because they were probably a little bit unknown to us last year. We were out of balance last year. We had a few things happen to the team. We didn't, I'll be really honest, I didn't think I picked the right team last season away at Atletico, and I put the team under pressure, and I'm okay to accept that, but I wasn't going to do that again tonight. And I thought we showed that we're capable of winning the game. Now it goes down to a second game. We're capable of winning it, and we've got to make sure that we perform well.
The fact you've now got to go there and score, how much more pressure does that put on you, on the players?
No, listen, the away goal means 0 because we had it last year and got beat. So to me it shows that we have to do exactly what we would have had to do. Did I think we were going to come in and win 3-4-0? It's Champions League and it's a very competitive game. We've got to do exactly what we would have had to do in the first instance and try and not concede goals and make sure we score. That's the only way. We don't want to rely on away goals. I actually think the away goals only really matter if you go ahead by 2 or 3, or if you score in the second leg, like Atletico did to us. They scored 2 and it gave us a mountain to climb in a game where we're playing against a good team. So no, I don't feel under pressure. 1-0, 2-1, 1-1. To me, it's the same result going into a second leg.
Hiya, Jill.
Hello.
We've just had Tony Duggan in here, says it was a tough game. How did you find it?
Yeah, it was tough, but I think we'll put a shift in. We'll press them, we'll put them under pressure. But yeah, it was tough. It's like playing an international game, isn't it? So, but I think, as Nick says, overall pleased with the performance. I do think there's still another gear to come from us. So I'm excited for us to get out there and play them again. Not obviously straight away. Might need a little break, but yeah, it was a tough game.
Talk us through your penalty appeal.
I obviously haven't seen it back, but I did think that I was pushed in the back. But it's one of them, isn't it? I'm probably going away from the goal, so yeah, I don't know. It's one of them. We probably didn't create. I thought there was a shift in momentum just before they scored, where I thought we could have probably, if we'd got a goal there, would have killed the game off. So that's probably something we'll have to look at, looking at the next leg, and yeah, hopefully we'll get a penalty shout when we go to their place.
Hi Jill.
Hello.
Yeah, it seemed that obviously when you were building that momentum and pushing for that second goal, they seemed to catch you a little bit on the break and they had that pace going forward. Is that a problem that you'll sort of look to address in the second leg?
No, I think we are very organised. I'm not just saying it because Nick's sitting next to us, but we do work a lot on our on our positioning, and I think we do stop a lot of counters. Obviously, they have a threat up front in the pace, and I think we nullified that for long periods tonight. So I think we've got to be applauded for that. But yeah, we know at this level of game, you switch off for one moment, and there's always going to be players that can produce individual brilliance. So I'm sure we'll take that into account for the next game. But as I say, we're not fearful of going over there and getting a result.
Hi Nick. What do you need to do better in the second leg to make sure you get the result you want?
I think in those moments when we're dominating and in those moments when we've got periods of possession, we probably need to create I want the team to create clearer chances. We've got good players, and I think when you've got momentum and when you've got, I think it was the same for both teams. I don't think either team really created real clear chances. There was some really good defending, some really good build-up play from both teams, but I didn't actually think anyone created clear chances. I think we can be better at stopping counter-attack. I mean, we can take, we thought Atletico Madrid were the best team that we played against last season with the ball. This year, we ended up playing against a team that was going direct into pace up front, and that makes it a one-dimensional game for us in stopping counter-attack, and I thought we were okay at that. There's stuff that we'll work on that will help us for the Man United and the Arsenal game, in just being a little bit more organised against the counter-attack. But listen, we've gone into that game out of balance, no number 9. We've now got 2 tough games, but we want to welcome Stanway, White back. We've got Bremer back, so we're in a good place. We're excited for the Man United game now.
Jill, does that feel in any way like a missed opportunity, given where Atletico have been so far this season, and given long periods of possession and domination you've spoken about already?
I think when I touched on that point where I thought that we got a bit of momentum before they scored, maybe a missed opportunity to get another goal, but I think it's 1-1, isn't it? We would have always, I don't want to use a classic line if it's half time, but it is really. And we would have always gone to Madrid the way this team works to win the game. So for me, nothing changes really, and I'm sure it'll be the same for the team. And if we can get that goal, I think every game, I never think that we're not going to get a goal, and then that'll obviously give us that away goal. So yeah, just looking forward to the next one now.
Hi Nick, you just mentioned it there that you weren't expecting maybe them to come as direct as they did tonight. Did Atletico changing their coach so recently make this a difficult game to prepare for?
No, because I think at this level, teams, it's always difficult. I look at playing Arsenal and Chelsea. We played Chelsea in a Conti Cup game last year, and they played 4-2-3-1 all year, and they played 3-5-2 against us. You have to be prepared to adapt against teams, and the game is so random. Yeah, you can use trend and you can look at teams, and you can, I could have looked at that coach's previous teams, and we did see what systems he played. We expected them to play 4-2-3-1 because that's what he played at his old clubs. But we also know they play 4-4-2, and they play that very, very well. Who knows what they'll play in the next game? Who knows if Man United will play 4-3-3 like they've played all season? But our job is to prepare for playing the top level football, and players like Jill, experienced players, they can adapt in the moment. And I thought today, the players saw it out in the first half. The press that we were prepared for wasn't the way that the players did it, and I thought we were probably at our best when we were pressing them high and really putting pressure on them.
Hey Nick, 2 questions. First on Lauren Hemp. She seems to be really finding her form again now. How happy are you with her performance? And then obviously got a really tough run of 3 games on the trot. How important is this little period going to be for your season as a whole, do you think?
Yeah, Hemp. First point, Hemp. I think that gives me more confidence as well going into the Atletico Madrid because the game away, because Hemp will have had 4 games by then. She's only had 2 games now, so she's not really had a consistent run in our team. So we don't feel we've seen the best of her. Neither does she. She's been probably the start of last year she got injured, and then she didn't get in the team because we changed the system a little bit. Then the start of this year she was playing in the Man United game. She got injured the day before the game. She hurt her shoulder. So the more games we get at Hemp to play, the better she'll get. We can see in there. I still thought she was a shadow of the performance she can be, although she looked really dangerous. So I'm really excited for Lauren Hemp. Yeah, she'll continue to play. She'll continue to be dangerous, and hopefully she'll get better. Yeah, this is important, but I don't know. I said in the pre-match press conference, I don't think we can lose really, because I know what these players are like. If we go on and we lose against Man United and we lose against Arsenal, that'll be the biggest kick up the arse this team needs, and we'll go on and be stronger than we ever have been. And if we win the games, it'll make us so mentally strong that we'll go into every game thinking we've just beat Man United, Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. We can take on the world. So as the coach, I'll always look at the positive in it, because the game is getting so competitive. No one will always win. Man United will give us an incredibly difficult game. So I've just said to the team then, everyone's got to be prepared to go into another game 4 days after at the same level we've just had. And then 7 days later, exactly the same. that's why we play the game. And at the end, if you pick up the trophies, you look at these periods and think, yeah, we worked hard in that period, we've done really well. So I would rather have this run of fixtures than having a game that people would perceive as an easier game in between.
Is this the type of run that excites you, Jill?
Yeah, definitely. Exactly the same. I always said I'd rather play Arsenal every week. These are the games where all day to day I was like an excited kid waiting for it. Like I was 18 again. Obviously I'm a lot older than that now, but I get excited for Champions League, and these are the games you want to be tested. And yeah, so exactly the same as Nick. And this run excites the team as well as us as individuals as well.
Nick, for obviously following on from that, what is a big run? How close are you to having those 3 forwards you mentioned back for maybe Sunday's game?
Brahma's as close as she's ever been. She just didn't get through the session yesterday, but we probably could have played her. But with the games that we've got, so I'm not worried about Pauline Brahma. Stanway's in the squad. She'll push hard for the next few days to start that game. For sure, she wants to start that game. She's already told me. So those two are definitely in. Ellen White, we're looking at it day by day. If it's not Man United, it'll be Arsenal. If it's not Arsenal, it'll be Atletico Madrid. So as the coach, I'm pushing the medical team hard. I want to see her before the next international break, but at the same time, I won't compromise the medical team's position by bringing her back early, because she's such an important player and going to be so important for us.
Okay.
Just a final one to Jill. Obviously, we're here to talk about the game, but the prospect of playing in front of 90,000 at Wembley next month after today's announcement that Wembley was sold out, is that an exciting prospect for you?
Yeah, definitely. I think I seen the news today. I was trying to stay off Twitter, but I definitely seen a few announcements, and yeah, it's just a fantastic moment for women's football again. I think to sell out Wembley and to say that it's a women's football match. I played there 2012 for Team GB, and there was about 80,000 there, and it was still one of the most nerve-wracking days of my life. So whoever's involved in that game, I'm sure they'll take a lot of experience from it, and yeah, it's just incredible for women's football, and we've got to keep working hard to make sure that we're putting a performance at I'll ensure that them fans keep committed to the women's game.
And it's on my birthday, so she's going to score. So
45
on the night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He's not really 45.
25.
Nobody questioned it. That's what's so scary. Thank you.